Hello, my dear viewers and my dear listeners. Welcome to Hear My True Story. Well, my dear viewers, we have a podcast, Hear My True Story, and there we share personal stories, personal experiences, and so we talk about topics that matter like today. So you can listen to this podcast from any podcasting streaming platforms. And also you can watch this YouTube channel on YouTube, just like now as you're watching it. And we're happy to have you today.
Welcome to Hear My True Story, where everyday moments turn into extraordinary experiences through authentic storytelling. We explore real-life stories and dive into the topics that shape our daily lives. Because here, stories connect us and knowledge empowers us. Tune in and let these moments inspire and inform.
Well, I'm so excited, my dear listeners, today. I'm really happy that I'm going to talk about a topic that is inspired from my personal story, that is inspired from my personal experiences. And I think many of you, my dear viewers, perhaps those who are watching right now, have connection with my personal experiences. And that is German language. Learning German. And I mean, many people may connect with those who are living in Germany as maybe migrants, immigrants, skilled workers. You may connect with this personal story. We are talking about something that every single one of us face when they decide to move to Germany. The German language. I mean, when you decide to move to Germany, the idea of learning German may feel like overwhelming. Learning German is so difficult. So it may be so overwhelming for anyone trying to learn German when they decide to move to Germany. And sometimes, some of us think like, well, I don't need to learn the German language. I can get along with my native language. It could be English, it could be Spanish, it could be French, it could be any other language. And you feel like, well, I can survive in Germany with my native language. But the truth be told, once you are here in Germany, you will quickly learn that learning German is so important, so essential for your survival in Germany. Believe me, because I have experienced this as a person, it's not easy. It's not easy. It's not a topic of eat food and go. It needs you to appreciate the language and the culture, and then you learn it. So anyway, I can share with you my small personal experience living in Germany, but also learning German. I'm sure many people maybe have experienced it. You see, when I moved to Germany, I thought, well, I don't need the German language because I could speak English. And I thought, well, I can survive with English because, yes, people in Germany speak English. They understand English, which is true. But after a few months of living in Germany and realizing, well, even to make appointments, understanding the bus schedule, understanding the train connections, I needed to know some basic German. And of course, the truth be told, it was so frustrating for me to depend on people, for me to depend on my wife perhaps, or for me to depend on friends. It was so frustrating to move all the time looking at the phone, going to the apps that can translate everything that you are reading in German. You need an app to translate it. That was so frustrating. And there's a point when I felt like, well, I'm so alone. I couldn't find friend circles because I could not express so much in German. Of course, I could connect with friends of my wife because she could speak German and she could translate everything. But I cannot be hanging on one person to translate all the time, to enjoy the conversation, enjoy the jokes in German. That's something I missed. And that made me like, well, I felt like isolated, but it's not because people did not like to welcome me, because people are friendly in Germany, but the language is of not knowing it made me feel alone. And this is something that made me to think about taking a serious note in learning the German language. But the truth be told, over time, I got to start learning the German language. I got to start to interact with people in German. I got to start understanding the jokes in German, and I could laugh when people are speaking the German language, and I could also interact with them, make jokes, laugh. I started feeling at home, and that made me feel like, well, knowing the German language was a game changer for me to start feeling at home in Germany. You see, there's something that I got to realize. Learning German is not just about learning the words in German. It's about connection. It's about belonging to the society. It is about learning how people communicate, learning how people express themselves, learning how people say words and why they say them that way. It's beyond just a word. It's learning how people behave. That's what they call learning the German language. You see, for me, the more I learned the German language, the more I got to understand why people say things the way they say them. I got to understand why people behave the way they behave. I got to understand that, I can also take German to be my second home because I'm able to be part of this society. And that is when I realized, no matter what, it is powerful for me to know at least the basic German. And at that point, I started feeling, I'm not just an outsider, but I'm part of this society. And believe me, if you're an immigrant, or if you're a migrant, or if you're a skilled worker, or if you're someone thinking about coming to Germany, the truth be told, the language will make it easier for you to feel German as your second home. Now, this is something that I usually think about. When I look around in Germany, I see people from all over the world. I see people from different cultural backgrounds, people from different migration background. Imagine people from Asia, Africa, Latin America, people from around the world. But when we come to Germany, the only thing that can connect us, it's German. And this gives me the chance as a person to experience these other cultures because I could communicate in the language, which is German, and for them they could also understand what I'm talking about. And then there you can share about your culture experiences from your home countries, So you need German to communicate with other people who speak other languages, and that is the chance for you to enjoy the diversity of Germany, to enjoy the beauty of living in a country where there is a lot of diversity. And to tell the truth, that's where the language becomes a power tool for you as a migrant, a skilled worker, a student, or a refugee, or anyone thinking of coming to Germany. You won't survive with your native language. You will need the German language. And one other thing that people don't talk about when they come to Germany is that friendship. Building friends in German can be so difficult, but it can be so harder if you cannot even speak German. If you are living in a community where there is not many people speak your native language, you end up being alone. You end up being in your apartment alone. But imagine if you can speak the language, which is German, you can communicate with the people on your apartment. You can find friends. You can build a network of friends, no matter where they come from. And that's the beauty, because the truth to be told, if you can't speak the German language, you only be in a community of people who speak your language, and that can limit you to making friends if you are able to have them that speak your language only. But if you want to build a friend circle that is really big, well, you need the German language to speak with people who speak other languages. Then you have a big circle of friendship. Friendship is very important. So think about it. The language is also a key to making friends in German. You see, there's also something real that we actually sometimes we don't think about it. When you're in Germany, there's what they call bureaucracy. And all the bureaucracy in Germany is in German. Either you want to make an appointment, either you want to get a train ticket, either you want to know the bus schedule, either you want to get an apartment, either you want to read or to sign a job contract, you need to know German. However, you are having a student program where you study in your native language. It could be French, English, Spanish. My friend, you need German. Because if you need an apartment, you need to communicate and to sign the contract in German. So you need to know some little German. Letters come to your box office, you need to know them and read them in German. And to know what they are talking about. Otherwise, you'll miss a very important letter and you'll mess up your life because you do not understand what it was all about. So language, that German language is quite important to your daily life in Germany. I mean, it may be so funny, but imagine this. You miss a train because you don't understand the word that is in German. And you'll miss your next appointment. And you'll miss everything. Your day will be disorganized because you missed a train. That's how difficult it is to live here without the German language. And another thing I want to tell my dear viewers, if you are coming to German and you learn some German, there are words that you should have in mind and what they mean. This is funny but interesting. I had a friend of mine who didn't know much about the German language, and he was walking on the street, and you know what? He saw some television and other things put on the street, printers, and nice things that are household utensils that are really important in his life, because he had just moved into Germany. He was just moving into his apartment. He needed some things, and then he saw a television and a printer. But on those two things, there was a sign in German, verschenken, which means give away. So my dear friend didn't know that verschenken means that you can take it for free. And he went away. Though he wanted to take the printer and the television, but he couldn't because he didn't understand what verschenken means. Then when he asked me, I told him, well, it's verschenken. That means that you can take it for free. By the time he went back, the things that he had seen on the street were already taken. So that's how simple words can really make you miss certain things in life. That's why it is important for you to know some German before coming to Germany. Yes, because learning some basic German can make your life simpler and easier in Germany. So, as I conclude this wonderful video, my dear listeners, my advice for you, my simple advice for you is that before you decide to come to Germany, you need to at least start learning German. Start anywhere. Start from anywhere you are. Even if you learn a few things like ordering food, it is okay. Start where you are. There are many apps online. You don't need to be in Germany. And then when you come to Germany, you get the chance to improve your language through taking language courses, integration programs, and even you can take intensive courses in Germany. Because there are schools in Germany that can offer such intensive German courses. And there you'll improve your language. And even if you are thinking of doing school here in Germany, then it is important for you to start from home, where you're coming from, learn some basic German language, and then when you come to Germany, you just take on German courses here. And bam, in a few months, 1 year, you'll be perfect in your language. Well, maybe not so perfect, but you'll be able to basically communicate in the language, in the German language. So, my dear viewers, if you're watching this YouTube video, if you're watching me right now talk about this, that means that you are thinking about moving to Germany. Therefore, before you even decide to move to Germany, just get to know that learning German is your ticket to truly experiencing this beautiful country. It is your ticket to make friends. It is your ticket to get jobs. It is your ticket to find school and study programs. It is your ticket to being happy, enjoying the jokes in the German language. It is your ticket to learn the culture of this country. I don't care how you came. Whether you came as a skilled worker, or whether you came as a refugee, or whether you came as a student, no matter how you came, no matter country, no matter continent you came from, no matter skin color tone you have, the language remains very important for you when you decide to move to another country. For now, I'm speaking about Germany because this is where I am. And from my personal experience, learning German is the key to everything in this wonderful, beautiful country, Germany. So, my dear listeners, it has been me, Otako, the host of Hear My True Story podcast, and also the creator of this wonderful YouTube channel, Hear My True Story. And in case you enjoyed this wonderful video, well, why not give us a thumbs up, a like, subscribe so that you don't miss out any videos coming. And by the way, I didn't say that I'm teaching you to learn German here, but I'm just sharing my personal experiences. Perhaps you relate with my experience and then you can make your own decisions about certain things. Don't forget to subscribe and to share with a friend about this wonderful conversation. Thank you for tuning and for supporting Hear My True Story podcast, and also for supporting Hear My True Story YouTube channel. You can find us on all podcasting streaming platforms. You listen to these stories, you can watch them on YouTube channel. You can watch them on any platform that gives you the chance to watch a video, because we also have videos and audios format. Thank you. It has been me, Otako, your host, and I would like to say bye for now.